Hello. So today we're going to give some advice to Jane. Jane's getting really, really bored with salads. She loves salads, but she's finding they've become a little bit, they're lacking in something, and she wants to make them more exciting. So we're going to give her some pointers as to how to make a really tasty, zesty dressing, but not using any oil. So I'm going to hand over to Annette now to give advice to Jane on how to do that, because Annette is the dressing queen in this household. So over to you, Annette.
Thank you. Hello. Are you ready to make a dressing?
Hi, yes. Over here in Sutton Coldfield, I am looking forward to pepping up my salads. I love my salads. I love keeping fit and healthy, love my foods. But the last time I went to the doctors and they looked at my cholesterol levels, even though I don't eat lots of things that I would think contribute to those high cholesterol levels, obviously in my body, there's something that needs a little bit of help. So yeah, over to you and help to make my salads a bit more zesty and fun.
Okay, so this is ideal then for you to not have additional oil in your salad. And that's what we're going to do. So I think you've got a couple of fresh tomatoes there.
Yep.
Yep, okay. Have you got the beaker handy of your blender?
Yep.
Okay. So in with the tomatoes. 2 is probably enough for a dressing just for you. If you're making more, obviously you'd use more.
So about 2 per person?
Yeah, exactly that, yes.
Yeah.
At this stage, we would ordinarily use, we've been using sun-dried tomatoes, slightly salty sun-dried tomatoes. Now, I think you've got paste, haven't you? So do you want to try maybe 2 teaspoons of paste? Or I don't know, maybe you should try 1 first, maybe 1.
Okay, yeah.
And that's got a little bit of saltiness too, I think. Is that right?
Yeah, it's got a little bit of garlic, a little bit of salt, and a little bit of onion in there as well.
Okay, that should be quite tasty. Good. Okay. Lemon juice. I would say be quite generous with your lemon juice. This is your acid. There's no vinegar in this. This is your acid.
That's about 1 teaspoon. We're going more.
It's a bit more. Yes, a little bit more.
And I haven't got any pips in it.
Great. Okay, well, that's lucky. Nothing to fish out when it drops in.
I was going to say it's more luck than design. Yeah. Okay.
Now you've got some paprika and some chili flakes, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I don't know what that tastes like. I don't know how strong it is. So probably no more than a teaspoon, I would suggest.
Okay.
It's always go on, sorry.
Yeah, I was going to say I'm going to do quarter first and then.
Yeah, do it that way, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. The same will have to apply to your chili flakes. I don't know how hot they are, and I don't know how hot you like it. So you may like it really hot. It's up to you.
Yeah. Well, it's going to go with lots of leafy greens, so the contrast of a bit of pep with some leafy greens be nice, won't it?
Yeah, I think so. That will work. Yes. Okay. Now this is the
again
oil.
about quarter.
Sorry, say it again.
So the oil. I was just going to say that's about 1/4 teaspoon of those. So yeah, the oil. This is the question now, Annette. Where's this coming from?
The oil is coming from your flax seeds. You've got flax seeds ready and waiting to go into this, haven't you? They can be whole. I know you've already ground some, but they can just as easily be whole. They will grind up anyway in the blender when you're doing this. Again, per person, I would suggest a teaspoon. So it's a teaspoon of the flaxseed for you. And the reason
I keep these in the fridge.
Yes, do keep them in the fridge. It keeps them fresh. The oils that are in flax seeds are quite delicate, and the most well-known oil, and there's quite a good portion of it in the flaxseed, is omega-3. It's got both of them, but it's got a good portion of omega-3, more than omega-6, which makes it a little bit unusual, and it makes it a really good choice for anybody needing to increase their omega-3, which is the case for a lot of people because we tend to have too much omega-6 in the diet. So it has other advantages. You could say, why not just use the flax oil from a bottle? And that's because you're going to get more fat that way. You would probably, again, I would imagine, use at least a teaspoon. And if you did, you'd then have 9 calories per gram of fat in that oil. That's all it is. It has no other quality other than fat. It has no carbohydrate and it has no protein, whereas the seeds do. And by using the seeds, you will also get additional nutrients that don't occur in the oil. And the biggest of all, and probably the most important, is fiber. This is really important, and the fiber in flax seeds is quite special, and it does bind to things that you might need to remove from your body. It binds to estrogen, for example, and it's useful for getting rid of that excess cholesterol as well. So it's a good one to choose. If you want some variety and some different qualities, chia seeds work just as well. And for a creamy kind of dressing, possibly a whiter one that emulates slightly more creamy, milky ones, hemp seeds work well. They make it quite creamy. And they both have omega-3 oils in. Chia and flax are the best if you're looking for omega-3 in high quantities. So does that kind of answer the question?
Yeah. So the flax can actually help with lowering then through sort of the fiber and that through help lower the cholesterol.
Yeah, with anything, especially with fat, don't ever have too much. You don't need it. Your body doesn't need a lot, but it will need a little bit. The omega-3 and omega-6 are called essential because we have to get it from outside. Saturated fat is not called essential saturated fat. You don't need to eat it in your diet. Your body can make it. So a little bit of flaxseed, chia seed, hemp seed, and other seeds as well for more balance, and a few nuts occasionally are useful, but don't go overboard. It doesn't help to. We often think if something's good for you, then more must be better, and that's not necessarily the case. Our bodies seek balance, and balance is sometimes achieved by having just the right amount and not too much.
Okay.
I suspect you may need water with this.
Okay. I'll put about a teaspoon again for now.
You may need more, but start small, yes. You've obviously got some fluid from the lemon juice and you've got some from the tomatoes, but I suspect you may need more because the flax seeds will really thicken it up.
Yeah, and if you leave it to stand, it thickens more, doesn't it? Often.
That's right. Yes, it's right. Yes. Yeah. So let's see
Apologies
how you
for the noise.
Yeah, the noise is coming. Go on. Go on.
Doesn't take much, does it?
No, it doesn't take much, and I think it looks like it's probably going to need some more water. What do you reckon? Oh no, it's okay. It's fine.
Yeah. And how loose?
Okay, all right. And how blended is it? Is that nice? on a bit of celery.
Absolutely, exactly that. That by itself would have been nice. That by itself would have been nice, but the two together are really really nice. Absolutely. Yeah, it could be I can blitz it a bit more, but I didn't want to just, it doesn't make the most exciting watching, does it? Just watching someone else's blender whizzing, but it's still got some lumps in it, which you can take or leave, can't you?
Yes, definitely. The other thing, if you wanted it to be thinner, you just put extra water in. If you want it to be thicker, put a little bit more flax in. If you want it to be thicker and you feel you've already got as much flax as you want for that particular meal, you can always chop a little bit of courgette in, and that will just pop a little bit of courgette in. That will thicken it up as well, without really changing the flavour very much because they don't have a strong flavour. So that's quite useful. And would
that make it a bit more?
Go on.
It would make it creamier.
It would make it creamier, yes. And if you wanted to dispense with the flaxseed, you can use courgette instead. And you may have, I don't know, you may be doing a salad where you've got nuts in it and you think, I don't want any extra oil in this particular salad. So you can dispense with the flaxseed on that occasion. That's up to you. There's plenty of flexibility. And as you start to play with it and try it, you know whether you like it or not. Yeah, and it looks like you do. That's good, because I didn't know what to expect because you've used slightly different ingredients from what we used, but we certainly enjoyed this. So are you happy with that?
I can highly recommend it.
Oh,
yeah,
great.
Definitely. That's brilliant, It's so simple, so easy, but it's just knowing the what, the why, and putting it together, because that tastes nice. I could have put something together and it would have been binned. So yeah, really appreciate that. That's brilliant.
Okay, great.
That's going on my salad for tea.
Oh, that's
Thank you
brilliant.
so much.
That's really good to hear. Okay then, thank you. And Grave's going to turn it off because I can't see without my glasses.
Thank you, Jay.
Thank you.